Hello and welcome to highlights from the third round of the American GT3 Championship, brought to you from Road America. It's Foster on pole and it's go 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 for the start of the race. He's got such a fantastic start, pulling away from the second on the grid, which is Islam, and third on the grid, which is Russell, both in the M3. Going up into turn 1, it is a very long stretch into the braking zone. Going in, it seems Foster has run Russell out wide onto the outside curb, and the pair are going into turn 2 side by side. Foster 2 wheels on the grass in the Ginetta, going on the inside lane. He has the inside. He just pinches Russell there and he retains his lead. However, Russell is quite close behind, wanting to get the lead for the points so they can get himself into the championship run. It's a very long stretch down into turn 3, downhill braking zone, very tricky on the first lap with cool brakes. You don't know where to brake there, over the half broke. Going in, nice turn in there, getting the car pointing in the right direction. Russell runs out wide onto the curb, up into the Corvette bridge section. It's such a hard corner to brake from, but they've all managed to get through there okay so far. Going into the second half of the lap now, into that turn 4-5 corner now. It's very hard to get through there without using too much curb and balance in the car. Turn 6 down into the hill. It seems Foster is starting to break away from the BMW behind as they go into the speed fill bridge in the very long horseshoe corner. This really punishes tyres. They've got to look after the tyres going through, because it's a very long race. Exiting out that corner, Foster is pulling out a lead in the Ginetta. Nobody expected him to get pole in the Ginetta, but he is. He's pulled away from pole and he is leading this race, even surprising himself. Going into the back of the circuit now, the long straight. Russell can't close the gap, but seeing Islam is closing in on the second sister BMW M3. Going into the last few corners now, he's undercut him and he's managed to get past as Russell got wide onto the curb. And going to the last corner, it does appear that although it's a very long straight, so Russell could get the slipstream off his sister BMW, try to get past them, attack for the lead. Although meanwhile Foster is pulling out a larger lead in the Ginetta. Seems Russell doesn't have the speed to attack going into turn 1, as it is Foster in the Ginetta, Islam in the M3, Russell in the second M3. Islam went out wide, giving the opportunity for Russell to get a bit closer. Going into turn 2. Although Russell's went a bit wide, next at turn 2. That's going to cost him all the way down the straight. Now this is Chris Troutman on his return drive in the number 29 silver Corvette. He's being overtaken by number 14 Ryan Smith in the Audi, V10 Audi. That's a nice slick move there on the straight. The Audi using its power to get past the Corvette, although got a bit squirmish on the corner exit, and it does seem like Chris Troutman has taken back P5, that will be, as it will be Tony Dunn in the V8 Mercedes AMG that is in P4 at the moment. Chris Troutman on his return drive, we've not seen him in a long time, but putting up a strong display in the Corvette. He's certainly not rusty. Going down into turn 3 now. Ryan in the Audi going around a long way, but see if Chris Troutman can keep it on the inside. He can. Going up to the Corvette bridge, he's got the inside line. What can Ryan Smith do about this? Absolutely nothing. He has to tuck in behind. And now Chris Troutman is leading a train of cars into the turn 5 over the crest section. Can't take too much curb through there, and he hasn't. He's done it just right. Turn 6 downhill. Troutman leading the rest through there into the Speedville horseshoe corner. See how the train of cars speeds out over the head. It does seem that there's a Porsche gone wide. That is the number 11 car of Chris Smith. Has gone out wide and he's onto the gravel. He's dropped off the back of the pack now. Coming out the last turn, up the hill, it seems that the Audi has got far more power. Going under the Denver Bridge. Yes, and the Audi has easily pulled past the Corvette, number 29 of Chris Troutman on his return drive. Braking hard into turn 1, the Audi gets a little bit out of shape, followed by Troutman, who wants to get the position back, and going into turn 5 now. See the Audi getting a bit squirmish, using a bit too much curb, and as you see there, Trout using a bit too much curb as well. He's lost Lost time to the Audi up ahead. Can't afford to do too much of that. It's Tony Dunn in the Mercedes AMG, the new V8 Mercedes. He's been catching Russell slowly, but on the straight you'll definitely see the power of that Mercedes coming into its own. Very good in a straight line, and he is going for it. He's going to the outside, and he's done it before the turn. That's the power there. You can see it for yourself easily. The Mercedes power pushing past the BMW power. 2 more cylinders in the Mercedes, and that is a podium position. A very good attempt there by Tony Dunn. See if he can hold on to it for the rest of the race. This is Ryan Smith in the number 14 Audi, having got past Trout earlier, and he's run a bit wide on corner exit, and he's lost it. He's got a wheel onto the grass, and he's out. He's lost 2 positions. Can he keep the engine going? Yes, he has. But he's lost a few positions there and a whole lot of time. All that effort he did. And we've got our first pit stops of the race. Our first pit stops of the race, that is Damon Robertson, the number 37 to the 4, going into the pits. And having said that, Jason Russell in the 99 car, having just pulled up the pits. I mean, our race leader is coming into the pits. Foster in the number 16 Ginetta has pulled into the pits, the factory works Ginetta. And having said that, those in pursuit of him, both Islam in the M3 and Dunn in the AMG Mercedes, have both pulled into the pits, as Chris Troutman in the 29 Corvette continues to pull out a lead over these, as he is not pitted. The only car which is not so far pitted. He leads the race on his return drive. What a great story for him. It's his moment to shine, get a good lap in and see what he can do in relation to all those others behind him. But the real leader of this race is Foster in the Ginetta, as he has stopped, and he is the leading car that those that have stopped. Nobody expected the Ginetta to do this well in the American GT3 Championship, being a very small Yorkshire car company, and that is Islam. He's gone off wide onto the curb. He's used far too much curb. I warned everybody of using too much curb there. He has hit the wall. He does seem to be... Ooh, hard to tell if he got any damage. He might. He hit the wall pretty hard. That's the one thing he didn't need to do. Like it happened in Sonoma. He hit the wall there, lost concentration, and it lost him the race win. Probably lost him a good chance of a race victory here as well. Troutman coming on the last corner. He is likely to pit this lap, as to not be too far out of sequence, to get close at the second set of tyres. And he does. He does pit. This is Islam. Will he pit to repair his damage? Yes, he is going into the pit to repair his damage, yeah. So that leads Foster out in the lead. This is Troutman coming out of the exit of the pits, and he stays ahead of the Audi. Yes, that's the one thing he needs to do. He must have put in some good laps then to stay ahead of the Audi. Coming around into turn 5 there, using a bit too much curb, as he's lost time to the Audi. Going through turn 6 into turn 7, the long horseshoe corner. Need to be careful of tyres. These need to last the rest of the race. You don't want to burn them up too much by overheating them. Into the long back stretch. Very hard to get a car through here. It's like threading a needle at 100 miles an hour. So easy to hit a curb and spin it round, and it is a big accident if you get it wrong through there. Braking hard. It's a very tight corner when you're doing 150 miles an hour on the approach to it. Going through the last sector. Very fast flowing. The Audi is all over the back of the Corvette right there, going into the last corner. Let's see what... he gets a bit messy on our corner exit, too much wheel spin, putting on the throttle too early, and therefore he cannot attack the Corvette. However, later on in the lap, Brian has another go at him, getting very close, braking hard into that very tight right-hander at the end of the straight. Gets a bit wide onto the curb, not too worried about that just yet. Going through this fast flowing section here. The last corner is going to do it right this time, not too much wheel spin. Troutman's hit the curb pretty hard, and he's got wheel spin himself, and it looks like the overtake is done before the main part of the straight, and yes, you can see they're on board with the Corvette, but the Audi is clearly ahead. as they go across the line. We'll see if Troutman can fight back, but I'm not too sure with the speed of that Audi in a straight line. 2 more cylinders with its V10 engine compared to the V8 in the Corvette. As we turn around into turn 2, it does seem that the Audi will pull away at this point now. Having said that, later in the lap the Audi does get it messy and Troutman has closed the gap right back up again. See if we can get past him again. Ryan Smith being a bit too messy on the curbs, you have to say. Turn 6 into turn 7 using a bit too much curb. You need to be, with Road America, you can't afford to use too much curb. You have to use the very edge of the tarmac, because the curbs will bite. You can't afford to get greedy on this old-fashioned circuit. This fast and flowing back section now, it really makes you awake this though, it really does test the driver on their precision. Through into this very tight 90-degree right hander, it does feel like a hairpin at this speed. It looks very open plan when you're approaching it, but the actual racetrack limits do restrict you from using more circuit than you want to. This is back up ahead at the front. This is Tony Dunn, Jason Russell and Ryan Smith all fighting for P2, as Islam, having had 2 trips to the pits, is all the way down in P7. But back at the front of the race, you have to say Foster has not put a foot wrong all the way through this 18-lap race now. He has dominated. Fantastic race, but what's happening here? He's got a split, he's got too far on the curb, he's gone off. Oh, he's just kept it out the barrier, but he definitely did not need that on the last lap. This is an on-board replay right now. You can see he just seems to run out wide and spins it around like he just loses it. Nothing he could do there, completely out of control. But slams it into first gear and keeps it going, completely unfazed. He knows to the last lap of the race, all he needs to do is cross that line. That means that checkered flag his way in, and 25 points is delivered to him. But yeah, it was definitely a moment he didn't need and put all that in jeopardy. But as he comes through the last sector now, you can see his brakes glowing from all the braking over the past few laps. But you have to say it's been a fantastic race, bar that little spin at the end. He comes through the last corner now in the Works Ginetta from the very underfunded team from Garth in Yorkshire, and he crosses the line to claim the victory for the little squad and 26 points for himself. So he got pole, and this is the last lap battle for second place, and it does seem Jason Russell has gone off. He used too much curb and he hit the wall. He has lost the podium position, he's lost the champagne. Oh dear. That promotes Ryan Smith up to P3 on the very last corner of the race. You have to say Tony Dunn though, he's come through to claim second. But those are your final finish positions. Fantastic race from Foster, equally fantastic from Tony Dunn in the new BMW, and a brilliant race from Ryan Smith to go from P6 to P3. I'll see you next time round in Watkins Glen.